Welcome to TSD, a platform where we think, speak, and discuss. My name is Nyesha Sharon. It's been a while since I last did a video, and that was July 2022, almost a year later. And my sincere apologies for that. A lot has happened in between. So, just to give a brief account of events transpiring in the interim, I launched an online petition, petition.org, requesting the Minister of Health and Childcare to urgently fix the radiotherapy machines in Zimbabwe. And I'm happy to report that to date we've received 1,489 signatures. I am so grateful. Thank you to all that have supported. And to those that have not yet supported, I'm kindly requesting you to please show your support. Let's have this petition signed and let's have more and more signatures so that the ministry and the government really see how serious this issue is and how much it affects us as citizens. And to those that have already signed, please continue to share. The petition is still very much alive. Let's continue to share so that others can get on board. So anyway, after launching this petition and after the last video, I was then invited to Parliament by the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Health to present the petition orally to Parliament, to the committee. So this I did in August 2022, and after I presented the issues to them, they promised that they would look into the issues raised. So just to recap, there were two issues that were raised in the petition, that the first petition that I submitted on World Cancer Day, which I was then invited to present to Parliament in August. The first issue was for the Parliament to use its oversight role to investigate, find out from the ministry and the relevant hospitals and other stakeholders what was really the issue that resulted in the machines remaining in a dysfunctional state for so long, since 2019. And then the second part of the petition was requesting Parliament to enact cancer legislation so that there's a holistic approach to dealing with cancer, in the same way that the HIV and AIDS issues pandemic was dealt with in the early 80s, and government embarked on put systems in place and embarked on a program, a test and treat program, where one would immediately after getting tested, you would then be put on a treatment program. And so this is something that I requested, that possibly if systems could also be put in place, and through enacting, of course, legislation for all these processes to be established. So anyway, that is the presentation that I then made to Parliament. So the committee promised they would look into it, and then till the end of the year, really, I did not hear from them. Nothing much happened, and be that as it may, from September last year to February this year, I was basically in and out of hospital. But that did not mean that the matter died a natural death. It was still at the back of my mind. I just could not actively pursue it. But I thank God for the gift of life. I thank God that I'm in a position now, to actively again, pursue these issues and report as I am now. So in March this year, 28 March to be precise, the Parliamentary Committee on Health invited the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health to come and give evidence with regards to the issues that I had raised in the petition. And so the Permanent Secretary attended the Parliament, and they briefed Parliament that they were very much aware of, it was a matter that they were seized with, the non-functionality of the radiotherapy machines in the public hospitals, and that they actually engaged a Swiss company, Varian Medical Systems, which they say is the manufacturer of the radiotherapy machines that our public hospitals have. So they said they invited them to come and assess, and this they did. They assessed the machines and they gave a quotation on how much was required for them to come and fix the machines. And the Permanent Secretary said their ministry submitted the quotation to the Ministry of Finance, and the Ministry of Finance was expected to pay, as they indicated that they would actually pay for this process to happen. and the indication was that this would all be done by end of April. I mean, by end of April, the engineers were expected to have come into the country and fixed the machines. And fortunately, nothing has happened, at least nothing, that is tangible, nothing that is visible to us, the public. So we really do not know what is happening, and we do not know if maybe then the ministry or the permanent secretary then briefed Parliament or the parliamentary committee on health with regards to the current status of this matter. Anyway, what happened also thereafter is in June this year, the same committee then visited Mpilo Hospital to assess for themselves the situation on the ground, and reportedly, as was stated in the public media, something which is public information, the chairperson of the committee was appalled at the situation there at the hospital, and the dysfunctionality of the machines, and the fact that they were advised that the machines required an approximate amount of United States dollars 80,000 to be repaired, and I guess the committee could not understand why such an amount could not be availed for 4 years, or during the 4-year period that the machines were down. So just to put things in perspective, 80,000 United States dollars is plus or minus approximately the cost of one ministerial vehicle. So just to put things in perspective. Anyway, so as it stands, the machines remain in a state of disoperation. So that is what I have to report, and all I can ask of you, those that are listening and those that have faith, is to pray, and pray that God continues to show himself, to reveal himself, because from times of old, from biblical times, he has shown himself, and he has moved the hearts of men. And I know that this is something that is very possible. And my prayer and request for prayers is that God moves the hearts of men, that their hearts may be softened, that their hearts may have empathy for cancer patients, and that they may move swiftly with the speed of horses, and ensure that the dire situation regarding radiotherapy machines is rectified. So that is what I have to report with regards to the cancer series, and I will say for now we're putting a temporary cap with regards to this series, but that does not mean that we're ending the TSD broadcast. As I said in the very first video, we will be discussing various issues, current issues as they affect Zimbabwe. And so we're moving on to a different exciting issue in the next episode. And so I ask you to subscribe, I ask you to like, I ask you to share, and also to hit the notification button so that you never miss an episode. As I said before, more exciting episodes are coming up. So until next time, let's continue to think, speak, and discuss. Cheers.